In the season so far, we have an outstanding rookie class, many players averaging 30 points per game and some offensive difficulties in Los Angeles, among others. Over the first 10 days of the season, 69 games have been played with only Milwaukee and Miami as an exception. Nearly every team has played either 4 or 5 games. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the 10 stats to know from the first 10 days of the 2022-23 season. First off, at number 10, we have Piolo's Elite Company. The Orlando Magic can stop looking for a franchise player as their team's base, even though they've yet to record a victory. Number 1 pick, Paolo Banchero, has appeared prepared to occupy that position since the first day he donned a uniform at the City Beautiful. Banchero's averaging 24 points, 7.6 rebounds, 3.2 assists, and 1.2 blocks in 34.6 minutes per game through his first 5 games. He joins Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Elvin Hayes, Dominique Wilkins, and Grant Hill as the only other rookies in NBA history to score 20 points or more in each of their first 5 games. At number 9, we have the top draft picks shining early. Most NBA rookies have had outstanding debut seasons, including Banchero. The top 6 picks in the 2022 draft put up impressive stats as well. The top 5 draft picks who have played are also the top 5 rookie scorers in the NBA, averaging at least 14 points in each contest. Banchero, the top pick, has 24.0 PPG and 7.6 RPG. Benedict Mathurin, the 6th pick, has 20.8 PPG and 5.0 RPG, and Keegan Murray, the 4th pick, has 17.7 PPG and 51.3 FG%. They're joined by the number 3 pick, Jabari Smith Jr., and the number 5 pick, Jaden Ivey, who each average 14.2 points and 7.4 rebounds. They've created a good first impression if you appreciate them. These players must keep improving for the balance of the season in order to change the lottery-selected team's fortunes. The total record of the 15 teams these players play for through the first 10 days is 3-21, with Banchero and Murray still searching for their first professional victory. At number 8, we have Dominique Antetokounmpo, leading 9 30-point scorers. Teams are scoring 113.4 points per game on average thus far, which would be the highest league scoring average in more than 50 years, since the league average for last season was 110.6 points per game. It's expected that throughout the course of the season, offenses all throughout the league will be back to normal. The number of players averaging 30 points per game or more will probably decline as a result. 9 players, including Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, and more, are currently averaging 30 points per game or more. Doncic just completed a triple-double of 40 points in Sunday's OT victory over Brooklyn for Dallas. Durant scored 37 points in the defeat, while Doncic finished with 41 points, 11 rebounds, and 14 assists. As the Bucks have played a league-low 3 games so far, Antetokounmpo's offense has only been slowed down by the schedule. After scoring 21 points in a victory over Philadelphia to start the season, Antetokounmpo has now scored 44 and 43 points in consecutive games while shooting 71.7% from the field. Next up, at number 7, we have Clarkson, Jazz delivering in the clutch. Utah has been one of the surprise stories to start 2022-23 with the best record in the Western Conference after trading 2 All-Stars, 2 starters, and its coach during the offseason. 4 of the Jazz's first 5 games have included clutch time, showing the importance of his ability to perform under pressure. Utah has outscored their opponents by a total of 10 points in 25 crucial minutes, collecting a league-high 55 critical points. Jordan Clarkson, who leads all players in clutch scoring with 20 of the 55 points, is shooting 7 of 15 from the field and 5 of 10 from the 3-point range when the game is on the line. Can Clarkson and the Jazz continue to play at this level all season? At number 6, we have Philly's Houston offense. The offseason was termed as Rockets reunion in Philadelphia as Daryl Morey, the current general manager of the Sixers and former GM of the Rockets, signed James Harden to a contract extension. He also added former Rockets P.J. Tucker, Daniel House, and Montrezl Harrell to the squad. The statistics through the first 10 days indicate that Harden's time in Houston is being brought about not only by the people, but also by the team's style of play. The Sixers finished 10th in both points scored per game and the number of isolated plays on offense last season. The Sixers are second in isolation frequency and top in points per game through the first 5 games of the season. So far this season, only Dallas has more isolations than the Sixers. On those plays, the Sixers have been incredibly effective, scoring a league-best 1.52 points per possession. The Sixers, though, have only won one of their first 5 games, going 1-4. At number 5, we have a percentage of 3 three-point shot dips. The percentage of total field goal tries coming from the three-point range has increased gradually over the previous 25 seasons, from 15.9% in 1997 to 98 to 39.9% last season, with the exception of a short plateau from 2009 to 12. Over the previous 10 years, the percentage has risen from 22.6% in 2011-12 to 39.9% in 2021-22. Following the pattern, more than 40% of all shots this season are expected to be three-pointers. That hasn't been the case, though, as 38.2% of all shots over the first 10 days have come from beyond the arc. These figures might easily increase again and cross the 40% threshold for the first time in league history, given the short sample size. But remember that last season there wasn't much of a difference between the first 10 days and the entire season. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Lakers' anemic offense. After the first 10 games of the season, the two Los Angeles teams had the two lowest offensive ratings. The Clippers are now ranked 29th, and the Lakers have been 5.3 points per 100 possessions, lower than the Clippers. For comparison, the league low from the previous season was 103.8. The Philadelphia 76ers, who finished 10-72 in 2015-16, had the most recent offensive rating below 100. However, they've really put themselves in a tight spot this season. The Lakers' defense is the 4th best in the NBA, despite the fact that their offense has been terrible thus far this year. They'll be all right if they can somehow combine a basic offense with their superior defense. But to do that, they'll need to improve their ball handling across the board. The Lakers aren't just by far the worst three-point shooting club in the league, but their shooting issues extend beyond attempts made from distances more than 22 feet as well. The Lakers are first in the league in scoring and third in shooting within the paint, and they only hit 31.5% on two-point attempts outside the paint. At number 3, we have the leaders by zone through 10 days. When we look at the early scores from around the court, we see some familiar faces, as well as a few new names on the leaderboard. Antetokounmpo is the best at scoring in the restricted area as expected. DeMar DeRozan is still the best from mid-range, and Stephen Curry is the best at making three-pointers. But it's interesting that De'Aaron Fox is at the top of the list of scorers inside the restricted area, but outside of it, we also get Cam Johnson and Michael Porter Jr., who are both young shooters, to lead the way from the corners. At number 2, we have the Mavs offense and the Bucks defense shining bright. With 115.9 points per 100 possessions, the Dallas Mavericks had the best offense in NBA history in 2019-20. Their record didn't last long, though, as it was beaten by several teams in 2020-2021, with Brooklyn taking the top spot with a score of 117.3. Last season, that record wasn't broken, but it could be in danger in 2022-23. After 10 days of the season, Dallas, New Orleans, Boston, Memphis, and Charlotte have the best offenses in the league. With a 122.3 offensive rating through the first 4 games, the Mavericks are once again at the top of the list. If the Mavs want to be the best offensive league in the team, they'll have to deal with defenses that are much tougher this year. Only the Suns, who held Dallas to 105 points in the season opener, have a defense in the top 5. Finally, at number 1, do we have more Kawhi time? The Clippers' best player, Kawhi Leonard, has only played in 2 of the team's 5 games so far. He was on the field both times. For these few minutes, his numbers are good. But during the pregame shoot-around before the Clippers game on Tuesday in Oklahoma City, Leonard's right knee, which had surgery, felt stiff. As soon as he got back to Los Angeles on Wednesday, he was ruled out of the 2 games against the Thunder. After a perfect start, the Clippers lost both games in OKC and are now 2-3. The Clippers say that Leonard hadn't had any setbacks, but this shows how risky this situation is. Well, that's it for this video. So what team do you think has been the most impressive so far? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.